guys, it's Zaphod here, back again with another week of comics here on the comic strip. For those of you who haven't tuned in before, this is just my weekly comic video thing where I talk a little bit about what I read. And it will be just a little bit today because it's a very small week, which is not a bad thing because last week was ridiculous, and this is, I guess, just a balance out to keep me from being entirely broke. So yeah, thank you, comic industry, for that. So it's really short. I really only have like a few things, but then we can all move on with our day and just have a short video and have a good time otherwise. Okay, cool. So getting started, we have Morning Glories. Has not been out in a little while, so really happy to see this back on the shelf. This issue is hugely revealing. This series is amazing. It's one of those ones that don't get into if you don't like waiting to figure out what's going on, because I don't know, I've been waiting like 4 or 5 years to figure out some of this stuff, and a lot of it is just starting to become clear, and as soon as this comes clear, I'm sure something else will become confusing again. But this series is fantastic if you like a mystery, if you like an intriguing story where there's a lot you don't know and you learn as it goes on. Morning Glories is fantastic. It does take a while to come out, so please be patient, but I promise you it is worth it every time that it does. There's a lot of threads that are beginning to come together, stuff from, you know, the very beginning of the series, stuff from the beginning of season 2, so I'm really happy to see this one coming up in season 2. I think it's getting a little bit closer to an end here. They do it in seasons, so they actually make it nice to have a fun jumping on point for you. So if you guys are, you know, want to catch up on the graphic novels and then find a good place to catch up on the single issues, season 3 is going to be a great place to start for that. Then next up we have Southern Bastards, Gridiron Part 3. So this series is deeply frustrating because Jason Aaron's amazing. He's a wizard, and he can somehow make a character that I know intellectually is horrible and I should hate him because I do. Somehow still make this character like totally sympathetic and like, oh wow, well, I get it, you had a tough time. But he does such a good job of it because he set up the last story arc with this villain, and now he's going around making this villain like completely sympathetic, and it's really hard for me because I want to hate him, and I still do, but now I also am like, oh, I'm sorry for your life. I had a hard time. So, good job, Jason Aaron, for confusing my emotions like that. Then we have up Shudder, number 9. This is a really great book. I'm really happy that Joe Keating started this one. This is like the story that he was meant to write. It's great. There's actually a lot of stuff that happens in this issue. There's an interesting glimmer in the past where you kind of see maybe a little bit more about the history prior to the series starting. And very cool stuff. Really good, crazy. This is one of those series that you really don't know what's going to be in the pages until you open it up, and I really like that about it. Then we have up this cute little thing, Help Us Great Warrior. Oh, this is cute. This is very fun. If you guys are into Lumberjanes or Adventure Time, this is totally going to right up your alley. Strongly recommend picking it up. Here's our Great Warrior. She's amazing, but she'd much rather be doing things like, you know, eating cake and playing around than fighting demons and monsters, but you know, she's a great warrior for the people, so it's fun, it's cute, it's charming, it's a really good time. My stomach just growled ridiculously, so apparently I need to go eat some food soon. Then we have up issue 4 of Deep State. This is one of those ones I got optioned really early on for like a television deal or a movie deal, I'm trying to remember. And this series is beginning to take a little bit of a turn. There's a lot of stuff that happens in this one. You begin to kind of figure out a lot of the stuff initially as what's going on in the first arc of things. And it's just really good, really crazy. Definitely worth checking out if you're into sci-fi, if you're into like X-Files, any of that kind of stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And then the last thing I have for you today, I told you it was a light week. It's amazing. Is the finale of Wild's End by Abnett and Colbert. This series has been a lot of fun. It's a series of anthropomorphic animals, you know, living like we do, and there's a mysterious crash, and they find that there is something that came from the crash that is now going around and trying to kill folk. So you get, you know, this great passel of animals who are trying to fix this and try to, you know, survive. So it's a really fun book. Check out the trade when you're looking for it. It's a great story. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's absolutely it for me this week. Like I said, there really wasn't a lot to come out. There's a couple number ones, a couple graphic novels that were out, but for the most part, you're looking at a pretty light week. Darth Vader is out this week. I need to pick that up. Haven't yet. Also, The Valiant. There's a new thing with Matt Kint coming out today, which I want to check out. So definitely keep your eye open for those things. And that's about it for me. I'm going to be starting to prep here for Emerald City Comic Con coming up, which I'm super stoked about. And they just announced that Patrick Rothfuss is coming, so my heart is happy. Anyway, you guys have a good week, and until next time, I hope you have some good stories out there. Alright, bye guys. Have a good week.